Chi Creation for Windows to Spirit Part 6. And so we've got Finch's and how we've got the ring which goes round and then it's black afterwards. It's like and then you got the peacock colours afterwards. Also the black goes up like towards its mouth. So it's like the waves if I turn it. So where the waves come in on the peacock, you see that black line, how it sweeps in. And so that's where the waves are, that's where it eats, in that same sense. So you can see the colours in that way. But then like there, on the previous picture. Oh, it sweeps in. So you can see how like the fish they are on the first episode. So like you can see where where it opens, it's like hollow and it's got the window of the spirit popping out of the darkness. And then you've got all the peacock colours which come with it. So colours of the sun. So it splits, it's blue like the ocean. And so it's like that part where the waves come in. And so it's repeated the image as part of the anatomy. And so we're looking at it this way. And then we're seeing how it's part of the anatomy that way as well. And so you've got the waves and then you've got the C shape. So like that. The waves in white, the sun shining through with yellow. You got the C shape. The same again, it's got a good arc to it. So you can see it shaped like that, although my camera's not having it with colours. So another one there. You consider this to be waves, and then you've got the sun colour there as well. Same again. I kind of, it won't turn, but yeah, it was difficult to get the accurate picture, but you can see how it sweeps, its head comes forward. Oh, their ring necks as well. The male have a ring which goes around it. It might be too young, it might be developing a ring, can't tell. There's a subtle sign of it, but so we've got it there again. You got how it comes round. You got how a consciousness comes out of the window, the portal, the realm. So you see it that way. So it's like the black hole in that way, and the colours as well match up with it. Let's see it again. It's like the realm. You got the tail, which connects to the sun, of the black hole, the yin realm, the yang realm. Oh, it's all one. So like the the wings cup, so it makes it like a dome, and so it's showing you the same shape of a realm. And then you turn it upside down, and you can see again how it fits with anatomy. So like a lot of skulls, bird skulls, it'll be like that. And maybe other creatures. So we've got the heart shape. Oh, it don't turn, that's a shame. We've got the realm shape, then we look at it sideways. The bird coming out of it in that sense as well. And if we looked at it upside down, we've got the sun. And so you got all the black of the sun, and then all the white which comes out of the outside of it. So your love and your light. So how it connects to the eye. It's like windows, aren't they, in that sense? Like how the roll of a wave projects the sun to the position of the wave, so it gets that view. Because it's not seeing it from the distance that it is away, it's seeing it from the perspective of the wave. So we see like the macro aspect of it, and so like the sun and the hollowness of it, and the depth and darkness within. So it's got both, it's got that yin and yang element to it as well. So back to this image. Go see it again there. And now that looks like a frog, that part. So we see the frog. And so the eye popping up out of the water. So in that same sense, it reenacts what's going on in the ocean. Every time the wave comes up, the sun catches the light, and it can see into the world in this way. So it's showing you that this image is kind of sacred. And then you can also see the peacock feather. So like God's eye coming out of the ocean, and then it's the peacock feather as well. So like, like the circle in the peacock feather being that window. Oh wow. Yeah, sorry, yeah. So you got reflection. So it's showing you the same as, I turn it that way, you see that pattern, and when we go to there, it's showing you the same as cobra. So more peacock. And the eye shapes, like the feathers. So we can see the peacock. And the realm, brightness of the sun. So we can see the peacock. And the wave. And the wood knots as well, because it looks like wood, some of it. Brightness of the eye is quite cool as well. So like the roll of a wave, how it matches up see how like all the waves down here with that pattern. Like a wave comes over, and then you've got all these grooves kind of thing, front waves. So you see this tail here. I was showing you on cats. We've got some cat pictures coming up, so we'll see that same part of it. So you often get the line down here where it kind of like connects with the eye to the nose and all that kind of stuff. So that's like part of a wave, and then this is like the bit which lifts up and can see. But it's good that it shows you that part in a way. Oops. It's a nightmare when it does that. So yeah, we're seeing that same line there, and then there again. So as one line, it's like the ocean. It's that wave, how it comes over. It kind of makes that shape and stuff. And so we see like how the eye comes out. And see in this one, it looks more like the frog. Because you've got like the darker patterns and stuff. So the wave, and blue ocean, blue sun. Oh, previous picture. If you see it there, see it's got that iconic godlike image, the seeing eye and all that kind of thing. And see, you can see foam at the top of a wave, foam on previous wave in the foreground, and then wall at wave where light can get through. And so we're back to this. It's that shape. It's got that snout there, so it looks like a creature on its own. So, oops. It's the same as the top half of that fish. So you can see like the snout, that typical shape in that way. So, in comparison. So it's got the snout. It's a little bit big in terms of like, for the rest of the image and stuff. But it's the same thing. It's just that you've got different size waves. So, it depends on what's being displayed on each different creature and such. So it's the same kind of shape again. Well, we showed you birds on previous episodes. So we spoke about that being the eye, and then you've got this here, so then you've got the eye there as well. So like on the frog, it's got that shape, and then it's got the part which comes out. It's a little bit longer, but when we compare it to wave, we can see the wave and the tail of a wave. So we're thinking about the realm as well, all that kind of thing. It's all in one in that way. So when we see on cheetah, we can see the flamingo. You see how its body, and then its neck, and its head would be down into water and such. But you can also see the peacock feather. So the peacock feather makes that shape. The teardrop, the point there, and then it's got its stem. So you can see it again there. So you know, the peacock feather and the window, the reference to the realm, and its tail. But the peacock feather looks really good. The flamingo looks good as well. You can still see that. You can imagine legs. So how it connects to that wave. So you see the full picture of a wave in that kind of sense. And the peacock feathers. It also looks like a cobra. It's got that same shape. That teardrop shape. So also it shows you the sun, the yin and yang realm. If we turn it, we can see the reflection of the sun in the horizon. It's got the wave shape, etc. So you can see that teardrop shape as well. So we've got it on these as well. It's a northern right dolphin, right whale dolphin, and it has this shape on it. So you can see the peacock feather, you can see the cobra, the flamingo a little bit, the leaf, all that kind of stuff. So the wave itself, the eye as well. So it's also like, you know, with the eye and the peacock feather, then like that reference to the window to spirit in that kind of way. So it's also like a bird, like the bird's body being rounded, and then it's got its beak, and then its tail, in that kind of sense. Some birds, depends on the type of bird. This is a southern right whale dolphin. It's got the different pattern, so it's more of a yin yang shape. It might have the peacock feather at the top. It's just difficult to see. Maybe, you know, does it come to a point or that kind of thing? I think it's the same on the other side, so it more or less is. You know, it's tadpole shaped in that way. So a few more of those. Yeah, it does come to a point. So it's opposite, it's upside down in that way. On top side either. So you can see that cobra shape. You've also got the yin yang aspect as well. The waves as well. So that's the northern one. You got the heart shape. You turn it that way, and like the realm. Like the black hole from the macro aspect of things. It might be because of camera angle, but it looks like a flower. They might all differ anyway, but I mean, most of them look like the peacock flower feather. But this one looks like a flower, like it's cupped in that kind of sense. And that one looks a bit like that fish. It looks really similar at the front anyway. See how it's pointed in that way. And so we've got two cobras together that make that same shape in the middle. So you can see like the cobra shape or peacock feather, and how it tapers off and becomes the stem there in between the two of them. And so, like that. So you'd have the black area, it'd be the cobra, and another one up the other side, and that's the negative space in between. So it's a peacock feather. There's also the heart shape if I put the heads together. So the human eyes, oh, they're like peacock feathers. You can see, I can't turn this one, but like the wave shape, how that becomes like a leaf shape, and then you can recognise it like the peacock feather. Especially, they're quite bushy, so they've got that peacock kind of look to them in that kind of way. That's with the eyes. So, you see like the wave, how it sweeps, and it's got that kind of shape to it. That spiritual symbol with that eye shape, like that kind of thing. So then you've got like the sun shining through the wave. So then you've got like, that window in that kind of sense. So that reference to ocean and the sun, like showing you the sacredness in what it is. Because like there's not much we can show in terms of like where we come from, in terms of like when we look at the human anatomy. We looked at the bones and all this kind of stuff, and we've shown a lot, didn't we, and stuff like. But in terms of like what the animals have to offer, I kind of think the eyes are the most obvious one in a sense, because, well, for one, it looks like the peacock feather, the stem, the feathers, the window, in that kind of sense. So you see how the splay out in that way and stuff. It shows it's not only like a window to the soul, but it's also the window to spirit as well. Like, because everybody shares that sacred origin. So the tail, that leaf shape, how that micro to macro image kind of fits on everything. Almost, well, pretty much. It's like if you rewatch the entirety of all the series, you'd see like a lot of references and stuff like from everything we go through. There's that roundness in the peacock, and then the leaf shape. Really difficult to find a very good example. I think these last couple were like a bit more graphic in terms of like showing you the feathers in that kind of way and stuff like. So, in that sense of windows and stuff. Oh no, hang on. Not finished. It's like eyeshadow in terms of like referencing the ocean. So you can see like the blue colour in that kind of sense. You also got the peacock feather. Peacock feather again. Peacock feather. And then it looks like sunset in a sense on horizon, on ocean. And you've also got your peacock feather. So it's no different from a dog's eye. Or like the elephants and everything else we've looked into is. So you got the same shape there. It cups like the wave as well. You get the sunlight that brings life. So like the realm, the peacock feather, like the roundness inside the peacock feather, and then the shapes. That's how it reconnects. You can see the realm, like the black hole, the brightness of it, and then its tail, how it goes around the onion. And then you've got the yellow inside, so like the sunlight, all the different frequencies for your chakra, your aura, and that kind of thing. All the different layers of domes from the expansion and contraction of realm. Alright, I hope I've got enough time. Alright, so the window, the same as everything else we've looked at. That's a wall at wave, but I'm going to skip that for now. So the sun, like the brightness of it and stuff. Like, do you remember the monkeys at the beginning with the white fur and all that kind of stuff, but like the head and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like the wave and the sunlight. And this it's same. We tend to have like red heads sometimes, and then like the rest of the body. It don't show you the details as much as the waves, like in the other ones I showed in a previous episode. So, I mean, you can still. It's there, but it depends. Like the other detail and stuff kind of thing, a lot better. But it's the same thing, you know what I mean? I should have skipped it maybe. but we've got this. This is off one of the moths, and we'll see it again in a second. But if we look into, because we look at like the realm in this way, like we're talking about the black hole and all that kind of stuff. Now we've got its tail, so you can see how it arcs. It's kind of like that smile shape that you get on waves. It's similar to that in that kind of sense. But it goes around it, doesn't it? So this is what the tail is. So it's not moving in terms of traveling anywhere. It's spinning on a spot. So when this comes round, that gets fed from the yin or the yang aspect of the realm. So there's like two stars in that kind of sense. They work together. One feeds the other one. One's black as a whole or something, or one's bright and all that kind of stuff. But so yeah. We see it in that kind of way. But this one, it looks like a mouth as well. And if we look inside it, because this is the window in a sense. It's like green in there. It looks a bit dark. There's some bright lines, and they could be waves, which I think are waves, even though it's a little bit grainy and stuff, and we can't really see much. But in this one, it's a bit brighter. So you can see like waves in distance. I don't know if you can see sky or that kind of thing, like, but it seems to be all beers in that one. And this one's a really good one. This one, it looks like you can see ocean, but it looks like cliffs or sandy beaches. And then you can see it looks like land. Let's zoom in a bit more. A little less. And then it looks like it's a lake, river. It comes out of the ocean. It's more reflective, so you're not seeing the choppiness of the ocean. So you can see more of like a sheen rather than you can see more colour in that one, can't you? It's like bluish green. But it's also like splashy. I don't know if that's whereabouts it is, but like is it on the ocean? You can see bits of splash now and again or something like that. But something more significant is it looks like you can see lights in distance, like this cities and this, like, it looks like people exist during this window when this is when this image has been repeated. Like in all the other fish pictures, it always showed you just the beach or just the ocean. You know what I mean? It didn't show you any people, any other animals, or all that kind of thing. And got this here as well. I don't know what it is. It could be smoke. And most likely, because it's quite big, isn't it? When you consider how big it could be in that kind of way and stuff like. But that's interesting because it does look like cities in that kind of way. It like the glow, warm glow of it in that sense. So you got all these feathers, which seem to break away, and then you got this what looks like an oil painting, and then underneath these feathers, they look like fairies. So again, like that moth with a red head and the wave that follows afterwards, it's showing you the same thing. And it's like the ocean. Is the ocean full of what this is? It's like the light which comes from the sun comes into the ocean, and then it's just waiting to become part of the plant, and then, come into this world through the portals that